welcome back to my channel. Obviously this is a completely random thing, but this is Vlogmas, so I'm trying some new stuff for the month of December because I want you guys to get to know me better. I want to encourage you in new ways and different ways. And so I'm actually getting ready for my day right now. It is definitely time. I just dropped my daughter off at daycare. And so this is my day to get caught up on work and film some videos. I have, like I've mentioned to you guys before, I have a job outside of the Stationery Muse that I do a lot for on Mondays as well. So that is basically what I am doing right now. But I figured it would be kind of fun for you guys to get ready with me. We can chat a little bit and talk. I'm gonna get a pillow because sitting on the floor is not that comfortable, but the lighting is like amazing. I'm actually in the process of this. I'm in my bedroom right now. I'm in the process of redoing our room, so it looks pretty bare. Just trying some new things out. So I'm gonna be doing my hair and makeup. I'm probably gonna speed up a lot of it, but just wanted to chat with you guys. So I'm not a beauty guru, so I'm not explaining any of the stuff I'm using. But if you guys do have a question about something that I do happen to use, of course, just ask me and I'll answer it. But I'm not going to be like linking stuff below or anything like that unless someone specifically just asks like, oh, what's that? But yeah, this is all my makeup. I have it in this thing. I have a drawer down here too, but I have all my makeup here. So I'm going to sit and chat with you guys. Basically, I wanted to just kind of talk about the fact that, you know, of course, we have the new year coming up. And with the new year, I feel like it always brings this pressure to, you know, these resolutions. And not everybody likes resolutions, but I think it just kind of brings this pressure to do new things, to try new things, to be a new person, you know, whether you're gonna like work out or start your business, scale your business more. Where's my beauty blender? Just different things like that. And it gets very stressful. But what I also know is like, what I think a lot of us sometimes we know, but we may not really think about is that you can do that at any time of the year. It doesn't have to just be because January 1st is coming up. Any time of the year is a good time to start. And so if you get your goals all set up, like, you know, as people start doing the vision board parties and making resolutions, and even if you're not a resolution person, you might just have like something you're like, okay, I think I might just try this out next year, or whatever the case is, whether you loosely plan or you plan really specifically. I think it's important to just remember that it's okay if things don't go the way that you want them to go initially, or, you know, if you decide like, okay, I think I'm going to take a moment to just kind of step back from this. Maybe it's February. You know how they always say like January is the busiest month at a gym, and then it always ends up dying down the following month because people just kind of do whatever, they fall by the wayside. But I think that's just life. And I think if you go into something with the intention of knowing that, you know, I'm going to have some times when I'm not able to do my best all the time. And I mean, you're going to still do your best, but I mean, like, you're not going to be able to go full force all the time and just be like hustling and killing it. I want to encourage you guys not to be so hard on yourselves, because I know for me, anytime I go for something, whether it's in my business, it's my personal life, whatever it is, I always want it to be very, I feel like I always have to blend after to like get my freckles to show a little bit more, because I feel like makeup makes me look strange if it's not. Very random and off topic. But yeah, I want us to take the pressure off of feeling like we have to do something so just full force, no mess ups, gotta have it done in 3 months, or gotta have this thing done. Or even like if you set a goal of something that you wanted to do at the beginning of the beginning of 2019, and now you're looking up and you're like, oh my God, I didn't accomplish what I wanted to do. Don't be hard on yourself, because look back at all of the other amazing things you got a chance to do, the other things that you grew, and what did get in the way, and just reflect on that and realize that it's not always going to be how we want it to go. Our journeys just don't go the way we want them to go. And I actually talked about this a little bit in my live last month. I think I'm going to do another one. We'll see. But when we were talking about disappointment, and one of the things that just came up is just how our journeys just end up going in a different way than what we thought. And it's just a matter of how we kind of react to that, how we set ourselves up for that initially, and all of it. So I think when you go into setting goals for the year, really take the time to think about all of the different sides. And this is not even to talk about my notebook at all. I'm only just bringing it up because it has that fear method in it. The Live, Love, Inspire notebook has the fear method in it. And one of the things that you do in there is when you are figuring out this goal that you want to accomplish, you take a moment to focus on, like, okay, what could go wrong? Let me go ahead and figure out all of the things that probably could go wrong and get them out of the way. So then I can't use it as an excuse to then want to give up. So a perfect example. So I had a launch that I did over the summer. I'm sure many of you may know. It was the Live, Love, Inspire launch, the collection launch. And I'm giving this example because I know a lot of women follow me that are trying to start small businesses, creative businesses, and things like that. And I go into any launch or just any new thing, I go into it with the intention of, okay, I think I'm going to do well, but I also make sure that I'm aware of the fact that there's just a lot of different elements that can come into the mix that really don't even have anything to do with me necessarily. But just for example, ooh, this thing is dirty. Just for example, people just might not have the money right now, or they might be on a no spend, or just a lot of different things can go on, and you can't always foresee how something will turn out. But so I kind of went into it with, like, I hope it goes well, but if it doesn't, then obviously there's other reasons, because I know this is a good collection. I know that I'm putting all this work in and stuff, and it didn't go the way that I hoped. Like, I did well, but it just wasn't what I hoped, because in the back of my mind I still felt like I wanted to do better. And I think that's just with a lot of the things we do in life. You may set yourself up to be like, okay, I'm going to start this business this year, or I'm going to lose this weight this year. Those are always the ones I can think of, just like a lot of people set. But there's so many things you do in the new year. You might want to reconnect with someone, and start working on ways to get that going. And then whatever the case is, when you fall short of that, or whether it's in your control or not, we tend to be very hard on ourselves, and we tend to think like, oh, I'm a failure and different things like that, when in fact it's just a matter of handling it with grace, and realizing that that just wasn't the path for me at that time, or there's a reason why I was shied away from it. And we may not really know what the reason was of why we weren't able to do the thing that we thought we were supposed to be doing, or the way we thought we were supposed to do it, or why am I not growing as quickly as someone over here? And that's a huge thing in the business world, and especially when you see it on social media all the time, it may feel like you're not growing as quickly as someone else. And I think that we all can relate to this in one capacity or another, business owner or not. When you see all these other moms on Instagram, and it seems like they're doing all of these amazing things with their kids, and it's like, you're being the mom that you're meant to be. You don't have to compare yourself to someone else, because that's just it's not healthy, basically. To just take the pressure off of yourself and realize that stuff is just not always going to go the way we want. But the important thing is that we just try our best. We give it what we can, and we remember the reason of why we are doing something in the first place, and that typically helps. So if you are, like, I love how, like, Cultivate What Matters, Laura Casey has said it a lot of times on just different things that she does, but I love how she always says, it's like, where do you want to be when you're 80? Is this something that's really going to matter to you when you get older, when you're trying to, like, think about the legacy you want to leave and different things like that? And when you think of like a specific goal, think a little bit deeper than just the surface level. Like, I loved the one, I don't even know what I heard it on, but it was like, okay, so I want to get healthy, I want to lose weight. And then it was like, come to find out the real reason for that was, the why was because I really want to be able to walk my daughter down the aisle when she gets older or something. I want to be at her wedding, you know, I want to be healthy to run around with my kids. Like, things like that are reasons to keep going, not necessarily, oh, I just want to lose some weight so I keep up with these Instagram models or something like that. Like, that's just not a good why or a good reason, because if anything, it'll just set you up to feel like you are failing when you are doing it from a comparison point of view. But if you're doing it from a really genuine place of, okay, I really want to do this because this will make my quality of life better. This will allow for me to be present. This will allow for me to step up and be a better woman. I will be able to do this for other people that will help them grow, and different things like that. I think all of that kind of stuff is really what keeps us going when stuff just, you know, you just kind of want to give up and you just feel like, what is the purpose of this? Like, why am I even wasting my time? I'm trying to decide which eyeshadow I want to use. I've been really into this like copper look lately, but I think I'm gonna go for my more natural look. You guys, this is my favorite palette, Naked 2, and I always use the chopper color. I just feel like it goes with my skin tone really well. I feel like it goes with a lot of skin tones really well. It's just a really pretty like rose gold color, and it's just gorgeous. Yeah, I just think that it's so easy for us to get caught up in what everyone else is doing, and it makes you kind of feel like, oh, maybe I should be doing that. Oh, well, maybe I should be doing that. And then you tend to shift gears a lot. But this past year, I've really just kind of stopped caring about what other people are doing, in a sense of how I let it run me. And especially after becoming a mom, I've been that way too. And so with my goals, it's the same thing. It's like, okay, what is actually going to benefit me in my life, move me forward, move the people I love forward, help me to be the best woman, mom, friend, sister, daughter, whatever the case is. What's going to help me with those things? That's actually what matters in the grand scheme of things, not all of the stuff that seems very surface level of like what people see online and all of that, because that's just a picture that's painted. It's not the actual life. So when you are setting your goals, and I know most of you guys are, because this is mostly a planner community, or even just a small business. I know a lot of small business owners follow too. Regardless, or hopeful small business owners, if you are wanting to start a business or whatever, I just basically say, when you're setting your goals, go into it with the intention of, okay, what is the real reason of why I'm starting something? Really think about your why. Take a week to ponder on it before you write your goals down, and definitely write everything down. Your thoughts about how you feel about something. I think it just ultimately will help you with, it's really hard to like talk and do this, but I'm trying, you guys. This is why I'm not a beauty person. But yeah, write your stuff down, really think about your why of why you want to do something, and it just will help you when things get tough, because I'm here to tell y'all that there are many times that I want to give up all the time. Like, even just in general, adulting is difficult, and then running a business is difficult. Being a mom in the millennial age is difficult. There's a lot of just different things that can tie into making life more difficult than it has to be, and we don't have to allow that to stop us from doing the things that we want to do, is pretty much what I'm saying. So don't let anything stop you from going for whatever you want in this new year. It's 2020. That's like a crazy, it sounds funny to say to me. It's crazy. We're in a new decade. But yeah, I think for the new year for myself, I still need to sit down and do my power sheet. So this is like very premature. And if you guys want, I can definitely share some of my goals. If they're not too personal, I'll definitely share them with you guys, because I think that might be kind of fun. What are you thinking you might want one of your major goals to be? You may only have one. I think the power sheets that you have at least, like, I want to say like 7 or 8 or something like that. But I'm I don't know. I always like to come up with at least a business goal or two. Something personal. I feel like I need a little more blush, because whenever you're filming, I think blush just, it's like you need a lot of it. So you can actually see it makes your face look a little warmer. I don't know what my goals are going to be yet. I haven't really had an opportunity to think about them too much. Like really need to start, because the time will be here before we know it. Once I figure out my goals, I'll definitely share them with you guys. I'm still just kind of working through everything. I feel like I have a couple more things I need to wrap up in my mind for this year, and then I can start focusing on it. So yeah, and then I feel like once I fill out the power sheets, I always get a lot more clarity as to what I want to do. I just got done listening to the Sunday Jumpstart podcast, which I guess I could talk about that, like my love for podcasts and some of the favorite ones that I listen to, because I listen to quite a few of them. I used to listen to a lot, but I've kind of narrowed it down to about 10 that I listen to on a regular basis, where like I'm looking out for the new episode. And most of the ones that I listen to are for women with small businesses, pretty much for the most part. I like it because it's nice. I don't necessarily have a lot of friends or people that I know that have businesses or just kind of do the same thing I do. It's kind of like not really common amongst my friend group. So I don't really have a lot of people to talk to as far as who can relate to just my mindset and the things that I do and what I'm trying to do and, you know, stuff like that. So I really feel like the podcasts are a way for me to feel like I'm connecting with someone that can kind of get me and relate to me, if that makes any sense. And in the process, I'm learning new things as well. And the Sunday Jumpstart podcast is probably one of my favorite ones. It was one of the first ones that I really started listening to where I felt like I was a regular listener. But her name is Jessica Lauren, and she has a blog called No Real Jewelry, which is like where all of the podcast stuff lies, at least for now. I think she's saying she may start moving it over to Sunday Jumpstart, like an official website. But anyway, Sunday Jumpstart podcast is amazing. She posts pretty much every Sunday. But the episode I was listening to, she was actually talking about how she was taking a break for the month of December off of the podcast to just kind of focus on getting caught up with work and stuff. And now I'm like, man, I need to take a break. I feel like I just go, and then I look up and I'm like, when is the last time I even really had a day off? And it's kind of hard to do that when you have a business and it's just you. So I have to be strategic about how I do it, but I think I am going to schedule some time to be off this month or at the beginning of next month. But other podcasts I listen to, I like I think it's called the Gold Digger podcast with Jenna Kutcher. I really like that one. I like Living Over Existing. That one is really good. That's another one that I started listening to early on. She has some really good interviews on there, y'all, with some really bomb women doing some huge things. I love listening to the interviews on Living Over Existing. And I always love the question that she asks them at the end. And it's basically like, what does living over existing mean to you? I believe that's the question she asks. Something along those lines. And just the different answers that people give is just so cool. I would love to be on. That's one of my goals, actually. I would love to be on a podcast, or maybe even a few podcasts next year. I'm speaking it into existence that I want to be able to do some interviews on some podcasts to just spread my word to a new audience and to grow in an even bigger way. Next year, I really want to focus on some just new things for myself and like branding and stuff like that. So, because I love podcasts. Other podcasts, let's see. I really also like, I think it's just called the Courtney Sanders Show. She has some really good business insight and tips. Ooh, I love Living Fully with Mallory Irvin. I watch her on YouTube as well. and really love her podcast a lot. It's the ones that I mainly listen to. I know there's a few more, but those are the ones that like and Grit. The Grit podcast with Jessica Stansbury. Hers is really good too. Those are the ones that I kind of get on every week and I'm like, okay, did they post a new episode? And I'm constantly looking for them. So I would say those are my top suggestions for podcasts to listen to. I really like the one with Mallory Irvin too, because it's not necessarily about business, it's just about life. And one of the ones that really resonated with me more recently, I like all of them, but one of the more recent ones I listened to was about the lady that wrote this book called Hands Free Mama, which I would love to read or listen to. But it's all about just being intentional and not being so plugged into our devices all the time and actually focusing on like our children and all of that stuff. And I really love it. So like since I've listened to that, I feel like I always catch myself when I'm on my phone and Emery is like right in my face and I'm just like, let me be present in this moment. My phone is not going anywhere. It's not that important. She's only going to be this little this once. So I really enjoyed that. I have like such a stuffy nose right now. And you know how it's like you're trying to talk, but all you want to do is blow your nose, or is that just me? But yeah, so I definitely suggest if you don't listen to podcasts, try to get into them. At least maybe try one of the ones I suggested, or do some research and find one that really resonates with you. There's so many out there. But it's just a great way. It's something I love to do while I'm like driving in the car. When I'm working, I'll turn them on just to have some noise in the background and just have some motivation going. So sometimes it's a little bit different than like watching YouTube. It kind of gives me a chance to not have like so much screen time. And a lot of times I really get a lot from them. So yeah, but I'm gonna try to hurry up and then I will show you guys my end result of how I look. I just gotta finish curling my hair. Got a little touch up of some makeup I need to do. And then I'm gonna put in my outfit. But my plan today, I have a lot of work to do, like I mentioned. I'd like to film at least 2 to 3 videos today if possible, this being one of them. I have a video uploading right now, but today when I'm filming this is actually Cyber Monday, so I also like to look halfway decent when I can for my stories too, because I've been trying to talk on there almost every day to connect. So if you're not following me on Instagram, it's super late in the video, but also if you guys aren't following me on my personal Instagram, it's Tatiana Muse. Over there you could just kind of see more just regular stuff, kind of like how I'm doing Vlogmas. Just more regular things over there. And my daughter, my husband, our life here in New Mexico. But yeah, I have so much stuff that I need to get done today, and here I am still curling my hair. I feel like it takes 6,000 years to curl my hair. But anyway, I will see you guys at the end of this to show you my end look. I am all ready for my day. Thank you for joining me on my little get ready with me. I think this was the first time I've ever done anything like this before, but it was fun to talk and get ready and chat. It'll be interesting to edit this and see how crazy I looked at the beginning and how the glow up happened as it went on. But I really like my hair. It turned out really cute. This is my favorite way to wear my hair. It just takes a while to get to this, you know, with all the blowout and stuff like that. But anyway, that's basically it. If you have not already, definitely subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my videos, especially this month since I'm doing Vlogmas. I will be posting every other day of the month of December with all kinds of just fun holiday content, lots of cool things coming. So definitely make sure you subscribe if you haven't. For those of you that are already subscribed, thank you so much for your constant support, your comments, your love. I really, 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 really appreciate you so much. And that is it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night or whenever you're watching this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.